Oh, yeah. Hi. Can you dig it? Hello, friends, countrymen, internetonians. How art thou this fine evening? I hope everyone has had a baby's time. That's what I'm doing. Christmas of relaxation.
With every Christmas card I write,
the chicken dinner and do some caroling. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Cosmo, the first to chat, you get the gold star. What's up? You have star. Cosmo says hello, smiley face, and Amanda says
sleigh bells in the snow.
And Amanda says hi, UntetheredLive family. Good to see you all. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a good week. I did. How are you tonight? Refreshed, rested.
Christmas. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Your boy Nate says,
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Is anybody else having trouble hearing me? What music? Oh, I'm sorry. I did not hear that. Is that better? You got me now? I got to go through all that again? I didn't know that was playing. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Where did it go? Oh, well. I'll fix it when I get to need it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll go back through that again. I'll do it quickly, though, so that we don't waste too much time. Cosmo says hello, smiley face. Amanda says Cosmo is your gold star. Cosmo says hi. Amanda says hi. UntetheredLive family, good to see y'all. Happy Friday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? Refreshed. It's almost like I had sex and took a nap. If only. Cosmo says, bleh. What does that mean? Bleh. What kind of face is that? Your boy Nate says happy Friday. What's up, your boy? Joining us back again. Patty Donahue says, hello, kids. Bleh. Cosmo says hello. Your boy Nate says, what an intro. Bill Bennett says, howdy, y'all. Friday. Yippee. Finally Friday. Once again, you got to jump on the wild weekend. Your boy Nate says, I read that one. Fab Daddy says, it's Friday the 13th. I walked under a ladder and kicked a black cat to get here. Phew, what a day. Well, at least you didn't break any mirrors or throw any salt over your left shoulder. That would be bad, but the other stuff, I think you'll get away with that all right. Can't hear you, says Bill. I think I fixed that. Amanda says, hi, you boy. Cosmo says, I can't hear you. I fixed it. Amanda says, hi, Bill. Hi, Fab Daddy. And Fab Daddy says, music is fire. Time louder than your voice. Well, I'll fix that too. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was playing. I added it to the list and it was on and I didn't know that. So I apologize. I'll fix that later. Well, it ruined that surprise, didn't it? I was going to give that to you at the end of the show, but now you've heard it. So, yeah. Hello, guys. Glad to be here, says Bill. Bill, we're glad you're here, too. How's your Friday going? Amanda says, hi, Patty. Cosmo says, Z. Dude, don't be rude. Nobody hears you. I know. I got it. I fixed it. Fab Daddy says, 'tis the season. I like the song more than Jake talking. See? Cosmo says, better. Bill Bennett says, you're good now. Christmas music was louder than you. I know. I fixed it. I fixed it. Whew. God. Critics. Tough crowd. Cosmo says, better. Bill Bennett, I read that one. Fab Daddy says, LOL, and Amanda says, LOL, Jake. Well, you know, you do what you got to do. Merry Christmas, everybody. Are you ready for the holidays? Are you got all your Christmas shopping done? You got the tree set up and all the presents laid out for the kids? 'Tis the season to be broke, is what I say. Cosmo says, yep. Tonight's episode is brought to you by this cold glass of tea. Don't you want to have a glass of tea with Jake? Talk about the week? If so, go to the kitchen and pour yourself a nice cold glass of tea, and let's get this conversation rolling. If you don't have a cup, I recommend the one in the description below. It has my face on it. The first one does. It also makes a great Christmas gift, and it holds leftist tears quite well also. So if you want to have one of those, appreciate it. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little bit of love. And also hit that Cash App, $ Jake Johnson Band. I appreciate you very much. Edgy Esther says, smoking a joint or tobacco? Tobacco. I don't smoke joints. Thank you. Tonight's episode is brought to you by this here hot cup of coffee. Don't you want to have a cup of coffee with Jake and get the conversation rolling? It'd help if I open the lid. Fad Daddy says, I am a happy daddy. That's awesome, man. I have my adult son visiting from Delaware. I got to talk to my daughter for the first time in 6 years on my birthday for a few minutes. It was lovely. It was cordial. It wasn't not awkward, but it was cordial, so I appreciated that. So if you're out there listening, honey, I love you. Walter Davis says, good evening, everybody. Hey, Walter. How you doing? How's Linda? How are things? Are you ready for Christmas? Is it snowing yet? Edgy says, sorry, the camera was a little blurry for me. I can't fix that, buddy. It's not blurry. It's me. I'm blurry. I'm like that all the time. Just kind of blurry. Edgy. Ergies. What's up, buddy? There's an edgy and an Ergies, which is really confusing, but hey, good to see you, buddy. I owe you an apology, Ergies. I was wrapped up in my own world Wednesday night. I was in a mood. I'll admit it. I get in those sometimes. I go manic, and I was manic. I'm on the tail end of manic now, so things are smoothing back out. But I did not acknowledge your super chat, and I apologize for that. I didn't see it until I was already exhausted and ready to quit, and then it was too late because I'd already hit the button. But anybody whose chat I missed know that I did read it afterwards. I spent about 20 minutes catching up on the chat before I went to bed, and I appreciate all the comments, and I apologize for petering out on you. It was a rough week. Oh, let's see here. Amanda says, hi, Edgy. Walter Davis says, listening and driving. That's better than driving and crying. I know those guys, and they're not such a good band, so, you know, listen and drive. Amanda says, hey, Walter. Fab Daddy says, I'll smoke all Jake's weed. He is my official weed smoker. Any weed that comes my way, he has to try it first. So get with Fab Daddy if you want me to smoke any of your weed. Amanda says, hi, I read that one. Edgy Esther says, a joint would suit you. Probably, but it makes me stupid, and I can't have that. I love the idea of smoking pot. I ain't got nothing against it. Most of my friends smoke pot, but for me personally, it really makes me stupid. Like I don't even know my own name when I'm high, so it just doesn't suit me. But I appreciate it, and I wish I could be a pot smoker because I like the idea of smoking pot. It just doesn't work for me. Edgy says, I'm glad you spoke with her. Me too. Me too. It was a long time coming, and that's the first step to mending whatever the problem is. So I appreciate that she took the time to say hello on my birthday and give me a hug, and it was cordial. Like I said, it wasn't pleasant, but it was peaceful. So I appreciate that. Cosmo says, ugh, I will be so glad to get Starlink. Everything is frozen, guys. I'm out. Well, Cosmo, thank you for being here. Thank you for making the attempt. It was noble. I appreciate you. Don't put yourself out and be uncomfortable or anything. Don't walk outside and hold your phone up like I've done before. Amanda says, hey, Ergies. Ergie says, I read the email, brother. Excellent. I hope that was some good advice because that's what I do. When I get an idea, I just keep reworking it until I get it like I want it. But I enjoyed your music. Did you download the album? That's awesome. Share it with a friend. Let other people know that it exists. That's why it's free. I'm doing a social experiment. If you really do what you love, you'll give it away, and it'll grow because it's good. That's what I was told, so I'm giving it away. We'll see. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the chat right now. If anybody wants to download my album, give me just a second, and I'll put it in there. I got to find it. It's a good album, too, by the way. There's a lot of good music and an original song on that album and a live show on that album, a live song. So you get to hear what my band sounds like, unfettered and unprocessed. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Uh-oh. Am I still here? There we go. I got to put the title on it now. Everything I got's froze up too, Cosmo. Come on. While that's working, I'll continue with reading the chat. Amanda says, see you, Cosmo. Ergie says, no need, brother. It's all love. Thank you. Edgy says, edible marijuana has always been better for me. I've never tried edible marijuana. It is on the list of things to try, so I will be trying it. I just hadn't got around to it yet. But I don't see it working any better than the smokable kind. After all, high is high, and I don't like it. Smoking isn't for me, but light edibles are nice. Yeah, I will try it. Fab Daddy says the last time I saw Jake high was yesterday. He was balled up in the corner pretending to be a cat, licking his hands like they were paws. I'll back that story up. Fab Daddy says, J.K. Rowling's never seen Jake high. Says you. How would you know? You wouldn't know I was high unless I told you. Or unless you knew the secret. Amanda says, LOL, Fab Daddy. And Bill Bennett says, I'm glad you're clear-minded and very entertaining. Thank you for doing what you were supposed to do and spread the love and thanks a bunch, Jake, says Bill Bennett. Bill, that is an inspirational compliment, and I take it to heart. Thank you for that. It means a lot. Ergies hits me with a £5.99 sterling, I think. Just a warm-up before you start with magic. Okay. Is that a request? Are you asking me to play you something? I hadn't planned on playing anything tonight, but I will. Amanda says, LOL, Jake, kitty cat. Meow. What it is? What's up, buddy? He says, I like eating chicken tenders with barbecue sauce. I'm eating chicken tonight. I got a big box of it right there waiting on me. I just got off work. I got a nap, and I'm ready to go. And as soon as I hit the end on this live stream, I'm diving into that box of chicken with some hot sauce, and I ain't coming out until I'm big as a house. It's got biscuits in it, too. Amanda says, thank you, Ergies, for the super chat. And yes, thank you. Bill Bennett says, eating it is too high. I will take a toke or two once in a while, but I can't handle the edibles. Let's smoke another joint. Man, there's a Tom Petty song on there somewhere, but I can't remember what it is. You don't know how it feels to be me. Something like that. What it is says, it was his paws or his balls he was licking. Which one? Probably the balls. I do like that. Later, if you want, I missed. Ergie says, later, if you want, I missed it, to be honest. Gotcha. J.K. Rowling says, Fab Daddy has me rolling on the floor laughing. I'm trying. I'm not a comedian, but I do play one on TV. That's a nice cup of coffee. Thank you. Amanda says, hi, what it is. Fab Daddy says, I read that one. What it is says, I read that one. Wergie says, I read that one. Jesus Christ, am I just going backwards? What happened? Amanda says, yes, dinner is nice, Jake. I get a break on cooking, LOL. Well, you know, every now and then you got to have Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. Anybody remember that song? I was thinking today about how old I am. And I remembered telling somebody Wednesday, I'm this old, and I played an old song. It's worse than that. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. There we go. I'm this old. You make me cry when you said goodbye. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. Ain't that a shame? Tears fell like rain. Oh well, you're gone. Goodbye. So long, ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. Remember that? That was on the radio when I was a kid, kids. Old. That's Fats Domino for those of you paying attention. Fats Domino. Had some good music. And he did a song about his ding-a-ling, I think. Or was that somebody else? What it is says it must be Popeye's chicken. No, we don't have a Popeye's around here, at least not one that I've found. Popeye's is the bomb diggity, but that's Bojangles, and it's pretty close. Amanda says, Bojangles chicken. Your boy says, guys, guess what? What? I'm spellbound. What is it? Amanda says, chicken butt. Your boy says, nah. Too easy. A little red truck. Ergie says, smiling, laughing over here. Your boy says, I'm turning 16 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday. Are you turning 16 tomorrow? So it's your birthday tomorrow, right? Okay. Fab Daddy says, North Carolina is probably Hardee's. We got a Hardee's, but they don't sell chicken anymore exclusively. Now they sell ham sandwiches and a bunch of random things, but they've changed over the years. I remember when it was a burger joint like Carl's Jr. was. It's basically the same store, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, and then they got bought, and then they became a chicken place, exclusively just chicken, and then they got bought again, and they were selling breakfasts, like weird, like biscuits and gravy and stuff like that, and pork chops, and now they're back to ham sandwiches and whatever, so I don't think Hardee's knows what it is. Amanda says, did it hurt, Jake, to be thinking? You'll never know. Bill Bennett says, I never tried Popeyes. Dayton, Ohio has one, but it's 40 minutes away, and I'm a hermit. Well, it ain't worth 40 minutes of driving, but Popeyes is good chicken. It's probably the best. I don't know, Church's might be right up there with them. Popeyes or Church's, it's one of those two. That's the best. But it ain't worth driving for 40 minutes. I mean, it's chicken. You can just go to the dollar store and buy some chicken and fry it yourself, and it's just as good. Amanda says, we have a Hardee's, Fab Daddy. Yep, right down the road, and it sells big-ass ham sandwiches, and they're delicious, but it's weird. I mean, who buys a ham sandwich? What it is says, do you think God is okay with it for us to partake in smoking marijuana? Well, what it is, this is what I teach, and this is where I stand on that subject. All things in moderation, especially moderation. You can't live life without experiencing stuff, and it is a thing that grows from God's creation, so clearly he knew what he was doing when he made it. Now, you could argue that he put it there for some medicinal purposes, and you're not supposed to get high about it, because we have wine, and you're not supposed to get drunk, but you can drink wine. A little wine for the stomach is good for it, you know? So I think it's fine, as long as you don't use the money you would pay your rent with to go buy weed, or slack off and get fired from your job because you're too lazy because you're smoking weed. As long as those things aren't there and you partake on the weekends or whatever to enjoy yourself and you like the taste of it and all that, it's fine. You're not going to get any judgment from me. I am the last person that should judge anybody about their personal behavior, because sometimes mine is questionable. I try to be as honest as I can be with you guys. I don't hide a lot. I don't keep anything under my vest. But there is a few things that I just don't talk about publicly because it's not public information. But trust me, I'm a wreck. That's why I know what I'm talking about. When I say things like, don't do that, it's bad for you, trust me, I know, because I've made that mistake. Bill says, yes. What it is says, Fats Domino. That's right. Amanda's dingling. Amanda says, yes, what it is. Bill Bennett says, don't overindulge and love Jesus, to be honest and truthful. Absolutely. That's all you got to do. You can be a good Christian without having ever cracked the cover of the Bible. Did you know that? You don't have to read the Bible. It would help you, and it's probably a good idea that God left a message for you, and you should probably understand what it entails, but it's not necessary, because the 10 Commandments are written on your heart. That means you know right from wrong from birth. If you don't believe that, catch a child stealing a cookie and look at their face. They feel remorse. They feel guilt. They know they did something they shouldn't do, and you never explained the concept of theft or the intricacies of property value or anything of the like, and yet they know. How? They'll even lie about it. I didn't eat the cookie. How do you know? Because it's right here. You know right from wrong. So God made sure that even if you never read the Bible, you know what his message is. It's clear. And it's very simple. 10 rules for everybody. And all of them are common sense. Fat Daddy says, ain't that a shame? Yep, that's a good song, ain't it? I am that old. Amanda says, I've never heard that, because you're not that old. I like young women, you know? Amanda says, happy birthday, your boy Nate. Happy birthday to you. What it is says, hello, Amanda, and everyone. Hello, what it is. Bill Bennett says, happy birthday, your boy. What it is says, Carl's Jr. had good cheeseburgers. Yes, they did. But you know what? It was a trick because of their commercials. Because they always had some buxom, hot blonde smattering grease all over her chest, eating a burger. And it made you think intellectually, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. It was just another burger from Hardee's. News Now, Carolina. What's up, buddy? He says Hardee's tastes like ass. Trust me, I know, right? Because you've made that mistake, huh? How are you, everybody? News Now, Carolina, the drummer in the Wilder Creek Band. Fab Daddy says Chick-fil-A. I've never liked Chick-fil-A. Now, I understand that a lot of people appreciate that. I don't like their fries. They taste like cardboard. I'm not a Chick-fil-A dude. I don't think it's good at all. Amanda says, hi, News Now. LOL News. Ergies says, what's wrong with fresh chicken baked at home with butter and vegetables? Well, butter, that's what's wrong with it. You don't bake chicken in butter. You fry chicken in lard. Trust me, It's better. Ergie says, or chicken and rice. Now, that's good. I had that for dinner yesterday, and it was delicious. Chicken, rice, and tomatoes. Amanda says, nothing, Ergies. Nothing's wrong with that at all. And vegetables are always good for you. Ergie says, you Americans eat a lot of fast food. True, but I don't eat that much fast food. We are eating tonight, but I don't go out as a general rule to eat. I prefer to have home-cooked meals, fresh meals. I like fresh vegetables. I like fresh meat. I don't like anything canned or in a bag unless I have to. When you make mashed potatoes, it takes 5 minutes to smash up a real potato. You don't need to get it out of a box. You don't even know what that stuff is. It's probably the same stuff they make coffee made out of. It's like one big amorphous wheat substitute that they make everything out of, including cereal. Fab Daddy says, who in the chat has ever chopped a chicken's head off? Right here. Or plucked and cooked it? Right here. I've done that many times. I grab them by the head and just wring their neck, just like that. It's easy after that. What it is says Popeyes, red beans and rice is awesome. I bet. Bojangles has dirty rice, which is like yellow rice with sausage in it, and it's spicy. That's pretty good. At least I think it's sausage. It might be something else, but I think it's sausage. Ergie says, I'm just worried about health. That's all. Well, you should be. How old are you, Ergies? That should be your primary thought. You should get up every morning and go for a walk. You should stay busy throughout the day. If you catch yourself watching TV or laying in bed, make an excuse to get up and do something. If you're washing your clothes, put the basket on the floor instead of up on a table so you have to bend over to get inside of it. Always watch what you eat. Don't eat too much bad stuff, processed foods, and the things that you think are bad that TV has told you are bad are not bad, such as butter, cholesterol, fats. You need those things. That's what makes your brain work. That's how you build pyramids. Don't be a vegetarian. Those people are crazy. But eat fresh food. Here's the rule of thumb. If it's white, don't eat it. If it doesn't rot, don't eat it. If it doesn't come out of the ground, don't eat it. Simple. Ergie says, Fab Daddy, there's slaughtered chickens. Yes, all chickens are slaughtered. Here's a news flash, kids. If you go to the grocery store and get that pack of nice wrapped chicken, somebody killed that. It was alive at one time. Fab Daddy says, Ergie says, I read that one. Don't need to do it yourself. Well, you don't need to, but it's a good skill to have, which I recommend that everybody, at least once a year, go hunting. Why? Because if it ever happens, the world falls apart and government takes over, you probably want to know how to feed yourself. If you don't have a personal relationship with the food that you eat, you are doing yourself a disservice. It's a inherent thing. It used to be a rite of passage, and men would pass it down to their children, and they would learn and then go and make a life with their families. But we don't do that so much anymore, so you got to take it upon yourself and clean your room. Something about lobsters. Anyway, yes, I think you should do it at least once a year. Keep up the skill set. Learn how to butcher. Learn how to sharpen a knife. Learn how to aim a gun. You know, that sort of thing. It's good for you. And it also makes you feel like a man. Gives you a sense of accomplishment when you've done it. Taking a life isn't easy. It isn't supposed to be funny. But it is a part of life. And if you're aware of that, you have a new respect for the food that you eat. Fab Daddy says, I haven't done any of those things. Well, you should. What it is says, if I had only learned how to moderate, right? All things in moderation, especially moderation, because you can over-moderate. Believe me, that's what hall monitors are, over-moderation. News Now says, hello, Amanda. You haven't met Amanda yet. You will. Ergie says, Fab Daddy, I'm just saying. Right on. Bill says, Holy Spirit is in us all. I agree with that. Fab Daddy says, you're good, Ergies. I've met many people that have done it. And I like butter-based chicken. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too southern. I can't eat not fried chicken with hot sauce. I don't think I've ever put chicken in my mouth that wasn't accompanied by hot sauce of some kind. Amanda says, I like good fresh food too. Right on. That's why I'm so healthy and shiny, and I look like I'm 27 3 times over. That math don't math. Jambalaya, that's not chicken. I can't keep my cigarette lit. Fab Daddy says, I like that Southern female cooks that love her butter. Yes, I like Southern female cooks also, especially the ones that like butter. Because there's nothing better than a home-cooked meal from the South. Promise. That's what soul food is. You know, you go to up north, you'll find soul food restaurants. All they're doing is copying the South. Bill Bennett says, I have never sounded awful. What? I've never something never sounds awful. We have a Lee's Famous and a KFC. Oh, I got you. I don't know what you're talking about there, but I know what KFC is. Fab Daddy says she got the censored for her racist statements, but she was a good. Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about that TV cook. I forget her name now. Blonde bouffant hair, always cooking something fatty. Yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, she got canceled because she said something moderately racist. Meanwhile, Paula Deen, that's it. Paula Deen. Meanwhile, look what's on TV. Nothing but straight up racists. Kind of makes you wonder. She's probably too good for them. Amanda says KFC is test tube chicken. I agree. I don't like KFC. Although I do like their hot sauce because it's different than everybody else's. It's like spicy, different kinds of spices. It's brown. It's not red. So I do like their hot sauce, but I don't like their food. What it is fried chicken quizzards and livers. Good stuff. Gizzards. Yeah, I like gizzards. They got to be hot and fresh, though. If they're even moderately cold, you can't chew them. It's like chewing meat bubble gum. Fab Daddy says, my dad taught me to clean a rabbit. But see, you can't tell me that you don't cherish that experience. You may not even like the idea of cleaning a rabbit, but that time you bonded with your father is indelibly in your mind. And that's what I'm talking about. It's a rite of passage. All fathers should take their sons hunting at least once. Fab Daddy says, I was 4. Right on. What it is says rotisserie chicken. Yum. Yeah, I could get behind some rotisserie chicken if you have enough hot sauce. By the way, if you guys hadn't checked out our new Facebook page, please go by and check it out. It's at facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. It's all one word. It's a great place to keep up with all things Untethered Live universe and get to know people outside of the show and share pictures and videos and whatnot. It's a great place to hang out and congregate, so go check it out. Facebook.com/UntetheredLive family, and I appreciate you. You won't regret it. News Now Carolina says, I put stuff in my mouth all the time. Dude. Shh. Fab Daddy says, I never plucked a bird. I don't want to. Well, it smells like feet. Let me go ahead and tell you that. It's a really wet dog kind of smell. And what you do is you boil them, and then you pluck the feathers off of them after they've been boiled for a little while because it softens them up and it's easier to get them off. But they smell like wet dog. And I don't know if you want to eat it after you've done that because you can't get that smell out of your nose for a while. You have to kind of grow up doing that so it doesn't bother you. Amanda says, you said rice and sausage. Jambalaya. Well, this is called dirty rice. It's Southern. And it's not that kind of rice and sausage. There's no liquid in it. It's just rice with sausage in it. And it's peppery. Kevin Cox, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Speaking of rice and sausage, there's the man right there. Amanda says, LOL, Fab. That's why Jake has me. I'm totally Southern. She's so Southern she can't even say the R in the word Southern. Why, I never... You ain't never going to with that attitude, young lady. Amanda says, hey, Kevin. What it is says, the ones that like their biscuits butter. There's something to be said for a good biscuit. If you know how to make biscuits, you automatically get a rung up on the ladder in my book, because making biscuits, you know how the quickest way to a man's heart, don't you? Right through his rib cage, but biscuits are delicious. Bill Bennett says, I don't know how to clean anything but a fish. LOL. It's the same principle, except I wouldn't scale a chicken. That'd be weird. Amanda says, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box. Also, hit that Cash App, $JakeJohnsonBand. And if you want to use PayPal, paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. I sure do appreciate the support. Thank you, Amanda, for the shout out. Fab Daddy says, I have some friends that duck hunt, and they use a weed burner and burn them clean. Burning hair smells. Ew. It's about the same, it smells either way. Here's a news flash. Birds don't smell too good. Through his stomach? No, through his rib cage, right here. Right through there. Fastest way. Now's a good time as any. Let's fix this Christmas song. Ladies and gentlemen, for your listening pleasure, Jake Johnson and the Christmas song. But I gotta get it going first. Hang on. Oh, this one.
Christmas, with every Christmas card I write, where the treetops glisten and children listen to sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the
Treetops glisten and children listen to see.
sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
That's enough of that. There you go. Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoyed that. Bill Bennett says, nothing dead smells too good. True. Amanda says, wild hogs stink when you gut them, too. Well, you're not supposed to be gutting them. You're supposed to gingerly open the skin and pull the whole gut sack out without piercing it, because it stinks. Whoever taught you how to do that taught you wrong. Fab Daddy says, the sounds are good now. Thank you. Ergie says, true, Amanda. The sound is very clear indeed. Thank you, Ergies. Amanda says, that is Jake singing, by the way. Just FYI. Really? Yeah. Pitchy and all. Fab Daddy says, on a bright note, that wasn't a bright note, that was a Christmas song. All the numbness in my fingers has subsided to my joy and my glee. Well, congratulations. I'm glad that it went away. Mine, still very much numb. I don't think it's going away. Amanda says, awesome, Fab Daddy. Ergie says, also, who's playing the keyboard? So you know. They still stink, says Amanda. Well, they smell like hog, for sure.
BJ.
Whoa, wrong song. What it is says, weed, beer, and speed was my master, and it led me to a dead end. I had to make a change from the age of 7 with weed and 14 beer and crank, all of it for another 14 years until I was 28 and I made a change. Well, congratulations, what it is. I hope that you got away from that stuff and stay away from it because it is bad for you. It'll lead to nothing good, son. Festive sound, says Patty. Thank you. And Amanda says, congratulations, what it is. Yes, we've all had demons that we've had to defeat in our lives. And thank God we have the strength, courage, and wisdom to actually succeed in defeating those demons.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
That's a hard run.
Silent night,
Thank you, Ergies. I appreciate the compliment.
holy night, shepherds quake at the sound, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ our Savior is born. Christ our Savior is born.
Dana, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. It's been a while. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. What it is says I'm 27 years away from all that bad stuff. Fab Daddy says, stop yelling what it is. Amanda says, nice what it is. It's a hard job. Congratulations. Fab Daddy says, congratulations. Speed is a nasty monkey that is a pain to get off the back. Yes, it is. Ergie says, Jake the Heartbreaker. Aw, thank you, Ergies. I appreciate that. Bill Bennett says, my dad, God rest his soul, he always said, son, if you ever want nice things in life, don't have any bad habits. Old habits are hard to break, and bad ones, damn near impossible. Amanda says, right, Bill. And Dana says, beautiful song, Jake. Greetings. Thank you. Appreciate that. God bless you. Fab Daddy says, I got the tab to this song. It's easy. It's in the key of G, the way I do it anyway. Like this. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. There you go. I don't use tabs, by the way, because, and I'll tell you why, tabs are formulated mostly by students, and there is a plethora of tabs out there that are wrong. And if you believe in tabs, chances of you learning the song incorrectly is a good chance. So rely on your ear. It's never wrong if you can hear the notes. Well, how do you get to where you can hear the notes? Well, it takes about 20 years of ear training, of constant relativity to the notes, like singing a song, getting the pitch right on the key. Having your guitar in tune helps, because if it's out of tune, you get used to hearing it. Then when it's in tune, you can't tell. So it's just it's relativity. It's not perfect pitch. It's relative pitch. If you're close to it long enough, you'll recognize it when you hear it. It's as simple as that. Oh. Amanda says, hi, Dana, hon. And Fab Daddy says, lots of plucks. Lots of plucks, true. And Dana says, prayers, everybody. Thank you, Dana. Ergie says, to be honest, this is something different. I'm fed up with effing Mariah Carey and her BS song, the same old Michael Bublé. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for not grouping me in with those people, because it was a chore for me to put a Christmas album together, and I'm still working on it. I've got 2 songs out of 10. Eventually I'll finish, but thank you for that. And I hope that when my Christmas album does come out, it'll be refreshing and new and something you don't hear every day. Amanda says, LOL, Ergies. And Dana hits me with a $50 super chat. Thank you, Dana. God bless you. I appreciate it. That's going to a new refrigerator. Thank you. Amanda says, thank you so much, Dana, hon. You're awesome. Yes, you are. Very. What it is says, do you like jerk chicken? Pretty spicy hot. I like jerky of all kinds. I like jerk chicken, but I also like beef jerky and deer jerky. In fact, I ate some beef jerky earlier this week. The homemade kind. My boss has a, what do you call it, a humidifier? That's not right. Dehydrator. And so he's learning how to do jerky. Pretty good. I want to get one of those next. Fab Daddy says, I just learned to tune by ear. Well, that's a good thing to know how to do. I can tune by ear also, and I get within 2 cents of correct. But here's the thing. If you play in a professional setting, like in a band, tuning by ear ain't good enough, because everybody hears things a little bit differently. So if everybody on stage tunes by ear, it's going to be out of tune. So the rule of thumb is just have tuners on the stage and make everybody use them. That way everybody knows you're in tune. Simple. But it's good to know, it's good to have that skill so that you can hear when you're out of tune. Fab Daddy says, Dana, that's enough money for Jake to send me his weed. If I had any, I'd send it to you, buddy. And Dana says, Fab Daddy, I suggest strongly soberness. A clean thought and a sober mind takes you a long way. And thank you, Dana. I recommend soberness also. However, it's not easy to achieve in today's society. I don't begrudge anybody for wanting to escape, but that's what we're here for, to help you find your way back to the righteous path, if it's possible at all. And Ergie says, I'm crying laughing over here 3 times. Look at me smoking like a freight train, telling people to be sober. Hypocrite much? Eh. I will take this strongly and whimper into the corner. I will take that strongly and whimper into the corner, says Fab Daddy. Nobody's chastising you, Fab Daddy. We're just sharing our opinions. We love you. What it is I can get high by meditating and stretching. Really? That's like that yoga thing? I don't think that's high. I think you're pulling a hammy. You're actively in the process of pulling a hammy. Like, you're not high. I've heard people talk about that before. It's something to do with the tantric practice, and that's intriguing. I don't think I have time to mess with it, though. I don't even do regular stretches. Which, by the way, if you're over 50, stretch. I promise it'll help you. Ergie says, LOL, I was 4 times in the hospital for sleep problems. Even the sleeping pills did not help me. Weed, just a couple of puffs, and I was sleeping like a baby. You know, some people, I've heard of people that had epilepsy real bad, and they took to cannabis or smoking a joint, and it just cured them right away. So, yeah, there are good uses for marijuana. There is also bad uses. Cheetos and TV is not a good use of marijuana. I like the people that can smoke a joint and then start thinking and start reasoning and philosophizing and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. That's what I like to get into. Ergie says, I am not even a regular smoker. Well, you don't have to be. Amanda says, weed is great medicine. It can be. I think God put everything here for our use, for medicinal, for comfort, for joy, for everything. And if you want to use some of it in moderation, that's all right by me. Moderation is the key, though. Ergie says, and I'm totally against it. Well, you shouldn't be. It's just a thing. It's propagandized like everything else is. Here's the truth. There's a certain group of people that aren't supposed to survive. And because of modern medicine and because of the ease of the nerfed up world we live in, they get to survive, such as people with peanut allergies. Here's a thought. If you can't eat a peanut, maybe you're not supposed to be here. It's like those people that try LSD for the first time and jump off of a building because they think they can fly. Here's a thought, genius. If you think you can fly, how about start from the ground? Take a couple of leaps, and if you get very successful, then go up. We're supposed to be upset about a couple of morons? Come on now. Ergie says, unless it's medicinal. Yeah, I'm totally against it unless it's medicinal. Fab Daddy says, well, I partake daily. I trust it more than the pills the doctors prescribe, and you're probably wise for that because there's a lot of trash in the pills that come out of the medical society. And here's the thing about doctors. Doctors are in business to make money, so they are trained in the art of cutting it out or medicating it. They are not interested in curing it, and they don't look to medicinal things in the nature of life to cure it. They look for pharmaceutical things. They'll even ban natural substances in favor of pharmaceuticals, which is why ivermectin was a problem a couple of years ago, because it's natural and it's cheap. There's no money in curing something like cancer. There's not a sustainable business plan. That's why they don't make magnetic brakes for cars, because if they did, you'd only need to buy one pair, and that's it. Can't make a living doing that. Amanda says, right, Fab Daddy? Bill Bennett says, Jake, you are a genius. At least close to it. Well, that's what the guidance counselor at my high school said, and all of the tests that they made me do. But that was a long time ago, and there's a lot of life between then and now, so I doubt very much that I'm a genius. But thank you. What it is says, the cleanest high I've ever experienced was partaking in the mushrooms. A very good high for me when I did it. I've heard a lot of good things about psychedelics. There's a lot of talk about it curing PTSD and depression and things like that. And I think it bears some research. I think they should have a institution dedicated to researching those things because we don't know very much about them at all. They're kind of alien. And so I have no problems with that. What I have a problem with is the overabundance of using something. That's the wrong word. Overindulgence of using something. I think you should take everything with moderation. Like me, I drink 13 cups of coffee and 12 cans of Mountain Dew every day, and I don't deviate whether I need to or not. Take a bath twice a year, even if I don't stink. Amanda says, I agree what it is. I like to smoke weed sometimes. Well, I don't. Fab Daddy says, smoking is exercising my lungs. If you don't work it out, it ain't going to help you. I'm not sure I would go with that one. I smoke a lot, and it's not helping my lungs. Rachel says, weed makes me super paranoid. I already see things without any substances. It just makes it worse. Yeah, I get paranoid too. And also my inner monologue gets really loud, so loud that I think everybody else can hear it. And you should see me sitting on the couch trying not to think. I don't want to be that guy. Ergie says, the doctor here wanted to give me some heavy pills to keep me focused and trying to help. Weirdly, he was kind of against weed when I asked him. But honestly, 2 to 3 nights, I smoked half of a cigarette. And I think you probably made a wise choice there. And I think those sleeping pills will get you in a lot of trouble other than sleeping, because it's very powerful for one thing, and it messes with your circadian rhythm, and it will cause you to have all kinds of bad, weird, unexpected, unintentional behavior like sleepwalking or sleep driving, which is not a good thing to do. Rachel says, hi. Hey, Rachel. Ergie says, your chat's about to jump. Oh, I slept good after I smoked weed, right? Amanda says, hi, Rachel. And Dana says, the physicians are drug dealers without consequences. Amen. Absolutely true. Amanda says, absolutely, Dana. Ergie says, Rachel, you should take weed with low THC for relaxing. It's Me says, I'm wanting to ask 2 questions. Well, ask away. It's me. How are you? And Amanda says, hi, it's me. Ask. And Rachel says, my friend gave me that, and my heart was still racing, and I was so anxious, Ergies. Well, you don't need that. Clearly, your body is not the relaxing kind, which is my problem. I panic. If I smoke pot, I have a panic attack. Because I don't relax. Not even when I'm sleeping. I'm wired. I know you can't tell to look at my lazy disposition, but I am wired. Always. I'm just pew, 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 all the time. So when I'm asleep, I'm like thrashing in the bed. When I wake up, it looks like a tornado landed in my bed. So when I smoke pot, my body's like, we're not doing this. And I freak out. So I don't need that. It's Me says, hey, Amanda. Fab Daddy says, baths are for people to seek in their dead skin and dirt. Soak in their dead skin and dirt. Yeah. And they're also wonderful. I'm a man, and I can say that. I like to take baths, especially with Calgon. If you don't know what Calgon is, go to the dollar store immediately and buy you a box of Epsom salts and a box of Calgon and go fill up your bathtub. You will never be the same afterwards. Right, Dana? Bill Bennett says, not by the standards. You're a genius and genuine by the Holy Spirit. Well, thank you, Bill. I think I'm a pretty smart fella, but I don't know what the limit of that is. Fab Daddy says, as a tall guy, no bath has ever fit me. Some part of my body is out of the waterline. True, me too. But you can lay down and knees up and then sit up and knees down. Get the whole thing that way. What it is says, all that damn caffeine. Well, believe it or not, caffeine makes me sleepy. And so does Benadryl and Alka-Seltzer. I know, weird. Drugs seem to have the adverse effect on me for some reason. But I am hyperactive. I'm hyperkinetic is the word. Will you do a study on James? Yes, sir, I will. When we get to it. Ergie says, your hyperactivity, that's why. You're hyperactive, that's why. I'm hyperkinetic, which means I absorb your energy and use it as mine. And this is true. I feed off of a crowd. That's how I do my job. Amanda says, right what it is? Definitely. Fab Daddy says, 6 coffees and 4 Mountain Dews. I drink 3 cups of coffee a day generally, sometimes 2. And I drink probably 2 or 3 24-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. And that's it. Amanda says, yes, it's me. We go in order, cover to cover. But you can go back in the past live streams and see where he's already done it before. Right, the book of James. And we'll do it again. And this time around, it'll be more interesting than last time, because last time we were just trying to get through it. That's the milk version of my teaching. We are in the honey version of my teaching, which means I go a little deeper. And we still have the meat version of my teaching to come, which is going to be wild. Dana says, staying sober and in charge of your own mind is the way to go in life. If you let something like drugs control your mind, you are no longer in charge. Also, let me add to that addendum. Let me add to that an addendum. I can talk. I'm not having a stroke. Your mind is the gateway to your soul. And the only way that something can enter into your soul other than you is if you allow it. You have to give demons permission. That's just the nature of the game. If you are on something like drugs, you are not watching the gate. And all manner of things can, and sometimes do, come in without your express permission. So it's a good idea to keep your faculties about you and be a watchman at the gate of your mind. What it is says, the worst experience was smoking PCP. Don't do it. I never have. What is PCP other than angel dust? It's me says, when? Well, if you go and look in the front part of your Bible, there's a list of all the books that are in it. Maybe mine does. And it's in there. And we go in order, cover to cover. Fat Daddy says, wrong, Dana. I am still in charge, but I am high while doing it. And Dana says, Fab Daddy, wrong? No, she's right. Fab Daddy says, we disagree. It's okay. Well, that doesn't make her wrong. That makes you have a different opinion. That doesn't make you right. Bill Bennett says, super deep, super freaky. Is that a song from the 80s? Amanda says, it's me. We are in Joel right now. We're in the book of Joel. We'll be soon getting to James as we go. I think James is New Testament. So we hadn't got the New Testament yet, but we're getting there. I might be wrong about that. I need to go look now. I'm right. Okay. Oh, it's a good night. Hey, you guys want to hear a song? This is just for you guys.
Moonlit skies and fireworks, people laugh, people flirt all night long. But I just stare. So I drove down to the local bar where people come in their fancy cars to play their games. But I just stare. Then I saw you sitting there, all alone in that empty chair right next to you. I fell in love, oh baby. Boy, I hope you understand that with just one kiss. And I don't care what you say, I fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away. At that bar where we first met, you smiled at me and my palms got wet, and you just looked away. But I just stayed. You said, been in love and it never works, I always end up getting hurt, and I ain't doing that no more. There ain't no way. Oh no, 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 no. You stood up to say goodbye, grabbed your hand with a tear in my eye, and I just walked away. But you just stayed. But you looked down and you took my hand and said, boy, I hope you understand that I'm not a girl that needs a man. I've got my life and all my plans, and if you were there, you'd just be in my way. Girl, it ain't gotta be like this. I'd give you everything but just one kiss, and I don't care what you say, I fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away.
The smooth sound of the Jake Johnson Band, formerly known all right, that's Elizabeth for your viewing pleasure or listening pleasure. The link that I put in the chat above is the album. If you'd like to have it for free, there it is. Just click that link or the three dots and follow the link that pops up, and it's yours for free. The only thing I ask is that you share it with someone else. That's the deal. If you take it for free, you got to share it with somebody else so that you can pass the love around. All right. What it is says, there ain't nothing like running down the sidewalk naked wearing a tutu. Yeah, true. It's Me says, after last live stream, I think everybody here needs to review that book quickly. What do you mean by that, It's Me? I do not understand that comment. What do you mean? Be specific. Speak slowly so that I can understand. Fab Daddy says, yes, please. Ergie says, I need to leave you, brother. It's 3:40 a.m. here in Germany, and to be honest, I'm feeling a bit sleepy. Well, go get you some sleep, Ergies. Thank you for being here. God bless you, and we'll see you Saturday night for Politics right here on Untethered Live, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Amanda says, LOL, what it is. Fab Daddy says, oh, no. You jumped the gun there, buddy. The game is to say it when it's being said. And I think Amanda makes the rules up as she goes. So you can't beat her. Amanda says, oh, yeah, Elizabeth. And LOL, Fab Daddy, that's cheating. See? I told you. And Dana says, yes, it is, Jake. It's the New Testament. James was the brother of Jesus Christ. Correct. He also took over teaching the circumcision doctrine after Jesus' death, whereas Paul, formerly known as Saul, took over the teaching of the circumcision of the heart so that everybody's covered. And It's Me says, your chat's about to jump and you'll be confused. It's Me says, yes, Dana. Dana, about self-examination. Are you saying that I'm blind to myself? Know thyself? Is that what you're saying? What was the meaning of that comment? I'm perplexed. Amanda says, I'd give you anything for just one kiss. Everything. And I fell in love with you anyway. Great lyrics to a great song, and you know them well. And Dana says, it's me. I didn't get it. I didn't either. That's why I asked. And Amanda says, oh, no. Heart. That's the game. And April comes in. She says, hi, Jake, Amanda, Dana, Fab Daddy. It's me, what it is. Bill, Rachel, good to see y'all. Much love. And Walter. He's here too. Somewhere. And Amanda says, hi, April, hun. And Dana says, hi, dear April Heart. Fab Daddy says, Dana is the only check that actually did come in the mail. I didn't receive a Dana in the mail. I received her on a live stream. April says, I came in just in time. Oh, yeah. And Amanda says, right, April? You missed the Christmas songs. You have to go back and listen. Aw. And Dana says, Fab Daddy, check. Or checkmate. Fab Daddy says, yeah. And Dana's smiling deviously. Patty says, $1 million song. Thank you, Patty. God bless you. It's Me says, Dana, it's a book about self-examination after the last live stream. What about the last live stream? What are you referring to? As far as I know, the last live stream was about the commonalities between all music and how it's simple if you know the tricks. It was a musician's jam, and I was in a mood because I was manic, because I go that way sometimes. And I got lost in my little train of thought. It happens. If you watch me long enough, you'll see it again. But I don't know what you're talking about. That's the kind of statement that needs, extrapolation or interpolation, because nobody else understands. Amanda says, absolutely, Patty. I agree. $1 million song, for sure. And Dana says, Fab Daddy, perhaps also a canceled check. Oh, she went void on you. Got to watch her. She's smart. And April says, very nice, Jake. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much. A lot of Stream Elements stuff popping up all of a sudden. Hang on. Oh, here we go. And Dana says, it's me. Who is the author? Who is the author of the book of James? Patty Donahue says, drones in New Jersey. It's the Chinese. Come on. Now, how do I know that? Because they're the ones who have the technology. Go watch the Olympics opening from China a couple of years back. They did a dazzling display of their drone technology and even put images in the sky using drones. So, that's who it is. It's not UFOs. Patty says, hi, April. And April says, oh, hi, Walter. Love. And I'll rewatch. Please do. Fab Daddy says, I love some April energy in the chat. Good to see you, dear. April always is the life of the party. She is full-on cheerleader mode. It's Me says, mood? Yes, I was in a mood. I'm a manic depressive, and I have wild mood swings, and everybody that knows me knows that, but what are you referring to specifically? Bill Bennett says, hello and good night. I hope to see you all for Bible study. God bless you guys. Have a good weekend. Last one, Jake, showing 4 chords to play every song. Right, that's the last one. You got it. Thank you. April says, thanks, Fab Daddy Love. Always a pleasure. And Amanda says, good night, Bill. Politics tomorrow night, Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. April says, good night, Mr. Bill. Have a great weekend and God bless. And Dana says, LOL, check, check. Same pronunciation in English. Where does the mood come from? Critical thinking, right? No, it comes from manic depression and the fact that my brain goes in many, many different directions, and sometimes I get stuck in one of those directions, and 2 or 3 days will pass before I realize what's happened. But I still feel like you're trying to point at something by not saying it, but say it, whatever it is, so I understand. April says, mood, stay positive. Right on. I try. Fab Daddy says, it's 12 days to Christmas in America. Is it really? Is it already that time? Jesus. On the 12th day of Christmas, my good Lord said to me, more Jake Johnson and a partridge in a pear tree. Fab Daddy says, why is 12 such a significant number? That's easy, because 12 is perfect. There's 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. Perfect. It's perfection. It's perfection personified. Everything in 12s is a complete number. Music, months, and all the other 12s. April says, 12 days, whoa. LOL. Yep, 12 days to Christmas. You better get those Christmas lights up. Amanda says, April, did you get my messages? April says, that's 9 if you add it. No. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. I know how to math. I probably didn't say it all. The idea was right. See, 12 is 2 6s. 2 6s have 4 3s. That's what I was trying to say. It's perfect. And 4 3s have a bunch of 1s. Fab Daddy says, add it all up. It's my favorite Violent Femmes song. Violent Femmes. Is that the one that did Blister in the Sun? April says, I did get your messages, love, but not till later today. I'll holler tomorrow. Kevin and I are out and about. Okay, hun. It's Me says, you're a representative of God, having an YouTube ministry. Yes, I am. Does that mean I can't play music? Well, I don't understand what you're getting at. I am a representative of God, and I think that I present myself respectfully while doing so. I also have other shows on YouTube, but I keep pretty serious to my God stuff. And I always answer questions on my other shows about the God stuff. I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at, but please just say it, because I can't read your mind. Fab Daddy says, Blister in the Sun. That's, When I go out, I strut my stuff, let it all hang out. High as a kite, I just might. Let me go out like a blister in the sun. Let me go out, 'cause you know that I'm the one. Yep, that's a good song. Fab Daddy says, yep, that's the one. Amanda says, okay, April, it's all good when you can. Dana says, odd numbers versus even numbers. Yep, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. 12 is an even number. It's the Fibonacci sequence on steroids. Starts at 12. Nikolai Tesla was the guy that said that if you want to know the keys to the universe or understand the secrets of God, understand the numbers 3, 6, and 9. And that inevitably leads to a 12 somewhere. The answer to everything is 42, says Fab Daddy. Well, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you are correct. However, nobody has delivered on explaining why that's the answer to everything. Oh, I understand now. Okay, thank you, it's me. Well, in music, you have a choice. Secular or praising and glorifying God, right? Yes, but also, if you believe as I do that God gave me the talent that I display on a daily basis and the mindset to do the type of music that I do, every note that comes out of my fingers and out of my mouth is glorifying and uplifting God because I'm using the gift that he gave me because I certainly didn't earn it. So, you are one of those people probably that were taught in churches that if you're not singing in church, you shouldn't be singing. To that, I would ask you, who did Jesus Christ hang out with? Did he hang out with the saints and the preachers? Or did he hang out with low-lifes, scum of the earth, prostitutes, murderers, and tax collectors? The reason for that is because saints don't need to be saved. They already are. Sinners need Jesus. That's why he hung out with them. I play in bars for people who need what I do for a living. And every now and then I can pull one of them over, and then we have a whole chat room full of people to explain that. I hope that makes sense. April says, hit that like button, everybody. Yes, please do. There's 11 people here currently, and there's only 8 likes. That math don't math, so please hit that like button. It does help. April says, aha, it all comes back to 1. Right? 0 isn't real. That's a fictitious number. Bill Bennett says, I'm still awake. 12 disciples. A dozen eggs, 12 packs of Busch Light. Right on. And Dana says, I agree, Jake. Every good gift comes from above, and I try to use not only my musical talent, but my intellectual gifts as well, because I didn't earn those either. I'm one of those people, Bill Bennett said I was a genius. What the truth of the matter is I was born with innate knowledge. What does that mean? That means I came prepackaged with information that I didn't gain myself. It's just there. Now, I'm a little bit weird. I understand that, but it's true. If you've listened to me for any length of time, you know I surprise myself regularly with the things that I say. It's not coming from me. So I share because that's what I'm supposed to do. In Christian circles, they would call that a testimony. And I'm testifying, brother. Stand up. Have you ever been there? Stand up. Identify. Stand up. Tell us all about it. Stand up. Testify. There you go. Amanda says, LOL, Bill. And Fab Daddy says, good answer, Bill. Right on. April says, Bill, that's cool. Fab Daddy says, 12. Oh, my. It's Me says, no offense. Okay, that sounds double-minded. It is not. It's not double-minded. I'm very clear on my mission. My mission was given to me by God also, by the way. So, for 45 years, I fought doing what God told me to do when I was 6 years old, because that's the first time I remember thinking about it. Now, I've done everything humanly possible to not be a minister. And then I got old, and I started seeing where not following the rules gets you. So I decided to start following the rules, and since I have, my life has improved 1,000-fold. Ask anybody that knows me. I don't need anything. Everything I need is taken care of. Why? Because I'm following my objective. What was given to me as a child, I'm doing it. So obedience is the key. It's not double-minded at all. I am more than happy to expound to the nth degree on why I do what I do and explain it to you in terms that you can digest if you have any doubts about who I am as a human being. But I try to make that pretty clear. I think everybody knows who I am. But I'm not double-minded by any stretch of the imagination. Ask Fab Daddy. He disagrees with me regularly. Ask him if I'm trustworthy. April says, I've known him all my life, and he's telling the truth. See? Fab Daddy says, since I'm a Catholic, if I went to confession, I would bet I would have to do 12 Hail Marys. Hail Mary, full of grace, Hail Mary, full of grace, Hail Mary, full of grace. I don't see how that helps. April says, yep, well said, Jake. Thank you, ma'am. And Fab Daddy says, I didn't answer questions. Or I don't answer questions. Oh, really? Or is that your way of saying that you don't think I'm trustworthy? That's fine, too. Now, the reason I asked him to ask you is because I assumed that you were trustworthy enough to give your valid opinion of who I am. If he has any questions about who I am. I don't know that he does. Amanda says, I've known him all my life also. Jake is a very truthful person. Thank you. April says, ℂ𝕚𝕝𝕝𝕝𝕝, Fab Daddy. The last time I put my guitar down, I dropped it twice. So I'm being very ginger. Gingerly. Wasn't a racist statement. April says, he's not talking about when it comes to cops. Amanda says, and it still has a broke string. That's because I haven't changed it yet. Yep, I was just playing a 5-stringed guitar. Fab Daddy says, I think I talk behind your back often, Jake, about you. It's generally good. Well, thank you, sir. That's okay. A lot of people talk about me behind my back. I've got videos to prove it. Ask Sasquatch. I do need to change that string. It's bothering me now that you said something about it. April says, that's awesome. All right, it is 10 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, criticisms, comments, catharses, or catalogs, or anything else you want to get off your chest, now is the time, because I'm about to go to bed and get a good jump start on this weekend, because I've worked my tail off this week and I'm exhausted. Amanda says, don't get me started on that one, the Sasquatch thing. Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because not everybody thinks the same thing about me, and it's okay. You're entitled to your feelings. And It's Me says, I don't doubt Scripture. I'm nearly 70 years old. I see things differently. That's fine. I'm not questioning your ability to see things. I'm questioning why you have a problem with what I did Wednesday night, because I don't see a problem with it. I do what I'm supposed to do on Sunday and Monday. I do it to the best of my ability without error. And when I do make errors, I try to correct them. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, I have fun with my audience, who are made up largely of people who also like to have fun. And sometimes I get on rants, and sometimes they're good, and sometimes they go off in left field somewhere, which happened Wednesday night. And I did apologize for that. It just happens. It's who I am. But that has nothing to do and no bearing on what I teach on the weekends. I'm true to myself. I know who I am, and I don't make errors. I don't lie about what I am. If you ask me a question, I'll answer it. And I try to answer it honestly. I think that's way ahead of what most people do. So, also don't keep secrets. Yeah, got to get my chicken fix. Love you, brother. I trust you as far as I can throw you. Well, that's about as far as you should trust anybody, Fab Daddy. Amanda says, good night, all. See you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for some politics. And Dana says, you are straightforward, Jake, and I like it. Well, thank you, Dana, and I like you. And I appreciate your support. It's Me says, were you sober last live? Not by any stretch of the imagination. April Rain says, Fab Daddy, we love you, Jake and Amanda. Jeff Green says, good evening. Hey, Jeff. Amanda says, we love you too, April. And Amanda says, hi, Jeff. And Jeff Green says, nice to see you again, Jake. Nice to see you too, Jeff. Now, it's me. The question you should be asking yourself is, why is that the case? Are there more than one way that can happen? April says, hey, Jeff, come on back Sunday at 8. Thanks, love. Or come back tomorrow at 8:30 because politics. But Sunday at 8 for a Bible study, yes. It's Me says, I figured God's good with secular, huh? Ask David. David was a man after God's own heart. David was a guitar picker. So, yeah, he's probably good with secular music. I don't play music that glorifies Satan, for example. There's a lot of great songs out there that I don't play because that gives the wrong message. But if I've lived it, I play it. I don't play songs I haven't lived either. So everything that I play is real. It may not be great, but it is real because I lived it, and that's why I play it. And I hope that comes across. Rich S. says, hey, Jake, why do you think there are so many versions of Christians, i.e. the Protestants? Well, that's a good question, Rich. I'll answer it. Because a religion is one person or one group's idea of what the truth means, right? There is a black and white truth, and then there is everybody else. So I might see things from a perspective or from an angle, and then you might see it from a different perspective, from a different culture, and we both explain the exact same event in the way that we're educated, in the way that we live, in the way that we think about things, in our limited educations, and thus a religion is born. And so all religions of every kind, including Christianity, is just a sliver of the truth. It's not the whole thing. It's not the complete picture. That's why this brand, if you want to call it that, is Untethered. We are not part of a religious organization. We don't do that. No traditions of men. We just study what the Bible says when we study the Bible. I think that's the best way to do it. It's a good question. Thank you. Jeff says, hey, Amanda. It's me, says, oh, I read that one. Amanda says, hi, Rich. And Patty says, thank you, Jake. Also, just for clarification, I am free, white, and over 21. Just so you know. Not that any of those things have anything to do with the other, but. And Jeff Green says, I will, April. Did April say something? I missed it. Oh, come back Sunday at 8. I got you. Rich says, I like that response. Do you think there are some that are closest to the truth? Probably. But I also think they all err in comparison to the truth. And the truth is widely available. God said that I will leave the inerrant, inspired word of God with you for everybody to have access to. That's the promise in the Bible, that everybody will know God's word. Well, if that's true, where's it at? I want to hold it. It's the King James Version. It's in every motel and school and home across the world. It's available everywhere you go. There's no excuse not to know it. That's the inspired word of God. You can trace it all the way back to Antioch at its inception and know every step it went through all of the translators and through all of the different countries and leaders and all of that. It is the only version of the Bible that is clearly inspired by the original work. The rest of them have some kind of propaganda or deliberate mistranslations or just outright lies in them. So stay away from other books. Jeff says, are you sure you're over 21? About 3 times, yeah. It's me, says, I said not being sober fits with the secular to go with your mood. Remember, you are a rep of God. Time for a book of James, and folks, don't smoke. Doesn't look good. That's all. Hugs, love. I agree with all of that. Are you surprised? I smoke. I don't condone smoking. I'm a human being. I make mistakes just like everybody else does. I have demons just like everybody else does. I have habits just like everybody else does. I am not above you. I am not pious. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. I don't wear a $1,000 suit and a Rolex to teach the Word of God. I don't package things so that you feel better about how I deliver it. It doesn't matter if it looks good or not. What matters is if what I'm saying is true or not, and that should be paramount in your judgment of me as a character. I'm not asking you, nor have I ever asked you to be my friend. Just listen to what I'm saying. I hope that you can be my friend. I hope that we have a good relationship. But it's not necessary. You don't have to love the people you follow. You just have to trust them. I've also made clear that when I tell you that you've done something wrong, you should listen to me. because I've done it 1,000 times. That's how I know it's wrong. You don't want some pasty white pimply nerd who's never seen sunlight or touched a woman to tell you your bad behavior is wrong, because he doesn't know. He reads intellectually, but he doesn't know. I do. That's why what I do is important. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you understand that I love you, and I'm not being hard on you. I'm just trying to answer you honestly, which is rare these days. Dana says, I will be in France for Christmas. I will be back after New Year, taking my laptop with me. Hopefully, I will stay in touch with you. Merry Christmas to you all. Dana, please be careful on your journey, and God bless you, and I hope you enjoy your stay in France, and tell those people we said hello, because France is pretty cool most of the time. Amanda says, have fun, Dana, and Merry Christmas to you too, hon. Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and be safe, and hope we see you. Rich S says, thank you. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Rich. Thank you. And Dana says, touch. Wow, I can't believe I misspelled this word. Touch? Where did you misspell touch? I will be in France for Christmas. I will be, back in touch with, I got you. I said it right. I got you. Amanda says, LOL, Dana. It's me says, I love you, Jake. I love you too, it's me. Dana says, I am a damn lousy speller. Me too. And it's getting worse as I get older. Rich S says, it annoys me so much when people say Happy Holidays or Merry Xmas. I don't care if it offends someone when I say Merry Christmas, because it's about Christ, not X's or holidays. Jeff Green says, we all have our picadillos. We have our predicaments. Gotcha. I like your honesty. Kudos. Thank you, Jeff. I'm just a dude. I've always said that. I'm not trying to be something up here. I'm just trying to understand like you are. I've just been trying longer. That's all. Amanda says, I absolutely agree, Rich. Thank you. And I appreciate that. Merry Christmas, because we love you. And we tell the truth on Untethered Live. It's truth derived from chaos. That's the tagline. This guy, that's the chaos part of that equation. All right. God bless each and every one of you. I've got to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I've been up way too long. I've worked way too hard, and I've eaten way too little. So all of those things have to happen in a bath somewhere in there, because I'm short. Have a great night. God bless each and every one of you. I truly hope that his love abounds in your life, and I hope his blessings guide your footsteps every which way you go. And while you're out there going, be nice to somebody. I promise it'll change your life. If you just let that inner light shine a little bit and just be nice, you would be surprised how many people would gravitate toward you, because they want a piece of that too. Because being nice is a precursor to happiness. It's a precursor to joy. It's a precursor to love. It's all of those things in being nice. So try that. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.